For the many years that I've been here on YouTube and gaming overall, I've always had like a main focus of a game that I'm heavily invested in that I want to improve on as much as possible. And it can be all-consuming for me at times, but I've always managed to squeeze in other games in between to break things up, and that can be reflected on my channel at times as well. Examples would be when I started here on YouTube. I mainly played World of Warcraft, so I mainly made lots of World of Warcraft videos. Terrible videos that should never see the light of day, but videos nonetheless. More seriously, League of Legends, when it was fresh out of beta, was a huge focus for me and something that I majorly covered on my original YouTube channel. Eventually I moved to Dota 2 and then eventually CSGO as well. I must have over 1,000 hours in League, and I actually have like 1,300 in Dota and almost 1,000 in CSGO, so to say the least, I really lose myself in these games as I try to climb as high as I can in that skill level. But don't forget about the less team-based games as well that I found myself heavily invested in, and of course on the channel too, like Subnautica. I can never really leave that game, and also of course the Souls series. Oh man, the Souls games. There was also the days of Ark, Survival Evolved. I streamed the hell out of that game and made many story-based videos on YouTube as well. And obviously Hearthstone was a big thing for me here on the channel, and with streaming, actually my first major game that I streamed was Hearthstone. I played that game consistently every day for ages, like at least a year. So there's been a lot of things that I've really focused on, and I'm currently focusing on Paragon as my main game. It's true that I've been able to create videos for other games sparingly between my focus game while I've been on that grind, but I've never been able to successfully play at a high level multiple games at once. It's always been the main game and then the things in between. But now I'm finally going to try it. So Overwatch is a game that I've had a lot of love for since its release. As the story in the world of Overwatch has progressed, I fell in love with it greatly. And Blizzard are a group of people that have formed some of my favourite worlds and stories, especially Warcraft. And Overwatch is no different, which is why I created my Lore Bite series to give myself a reason to follow its world and story in depth and actually learn more about it than I ever would normally. But despite that love for the world and game, the only time I actually genuinely dedicated myself to Overwatch was during the first season of Ranked. I managed to get rank 66, which I was pleased with at the time, but I definitely wanted to get higher than that. For reference, I googled the comparison so I would know that apparently that's mid to high diamond in the current system, which I apparently need to learn more about. Season 2 rolled around, and though I did play my original 10 placement matches, I never actually touched the game again because I was just so in love with Paragon. And Paragon is, funnily enough, the complete opposite for me. I can't help but play the fuck out of that game, but unlike Overwatch, I just couldn't care less about its world and story because there isn't one. There just really isn't one. We've got these random tidbits of lore about characters' past or maybe their motives or just random information, but nothing real to actually discuss or think about, which sucks. Meanwhile, I've barely played Overwatch for months, and yet I'm still so heavily invested in that world and, of course, the characters. And when a new cinematic or comic comes out, I lose my shit. I'm immediately all over that. But I haven't played the game in months. When I look at my channel lately, it's been a bit all over the place, and I want to have a real focus on the channel again. And that's what I've always wanted it to be, you know, a focused game, improving myself at that specific game, and sharing it with my viewers. Whether it's through entertaining gameplay or useful guides or discussion, and of course where I can, you know, the story and lore as well, right? So for the last little while, I've been kind of struggling between really wanting to play Overwatch or Paragon as my main game. You know, I've always had this thing where I'm like, I can only play one. I really don't know which I want to go for. And with Paragon, I've actually managed to reach diamond level of gameplay, which is fantastic. And I know so many competitive players now. I've even dabbled in casting. And Epic themselves are extremely supportive of creators like myself. And it's just kind of an ideal situation to keep going with Paragon. A game I love, a game I'm good at, and a game I'm improving at. And I know all these people and I have all these opportunities. So, of course, I want to keep going with Paragon. Hell, I still want to improve and reach a higher level in that game. I've still got so much further to go. The same way that I feel about Overwatch, wanting to be better at that game. But again, I've just never been able to focus on more than one game as my main thing. But here we are, and from now, I'm hoping to create more consistent videos focused on specifically Paragon and Overwatch, paired with streams that are dedicated to improving and enjoying both of those games. For the last few months, you can look at my Twitch page, you'll see that I've played Paragon exclusively, or almost exclusively, but at last we're going to mix it up. As far as both games go, I need to continue my learning and progress in Paragon, right, which is something I'm happily able to do, but in Overwatch, I've all this skill to recover and regain, and all this rust to remove because I've not played it in so long. And to do that, I'm deciding to do streams dedicated to playing some specific roles or characters for set amounts of time. And while I'm focused on, like, let's say I'm focused on D.Va, I'll be looking at high-level pro gameplay and pro players as reference for learning D.Va. But I'll be doing that for every character in the game. Doesn't matter what role they are. It'll be like a focused study session in Overwatch, which does indeed make me a massive nerd for even saying that, but a way to really remove that rust and, of course, improve my gameplay. Once I've been through every character and really got an understanding again and feel confident, that's when I'll dive into rank, and that's when I'll show that in videos and streams as well. I'm still kind of working out how best to do this on the channel and Twitch too, though. I'm thinking about swapping between the games each video upload, so Paragon Overwatch, and then do it in the same way on Twitch as well. So the first stream of that week might be Paragon, and then the next one will be Overwatch, and then back to Paragon, then Overwatch, and, you know, again, swap between them, which will then have a consistent variety between the two. But I'm still looking for suggestions. If you have any advice or something that you might prefer as a viewer, then let me know. A major reason that I wanted to make this video and little discussion with you is to share this plan and information, right? And be open about what it is I want to do with my channel next. And of course, get that feedback and reaction from you guys for you who might be able to offer any. So to do with that, I wanted to know, have any of you played multiple games competitively at a high level? Do you think it's smarter to just have one main game? Or is it actually possible, in your opinion, to have multiple main games? I know I'm like an oddity given my ability that I can play games as part of my job, so I do have extra time to dedicate to something like this, right? Which gives me an advantage. But let me know what you think about this and if it's possible, and whether you're interested in seeing my progression in Overwatch. Finally, for you guys who might have watched the video despite not being very interested in Paragon or Overwatch, thank you for supporting me in the channel despite that. And I just wanted to let you know that I've started doing playthrough sessions on Twitch that I'm planning to upload to YouTube in like big hour or 2 hour chunks, which will then provide you guys with longer videos that have that hollow playthrough style that you enjoy. And I began playing The Last of Us, a game that I've touched but never really fully played. So I hope to upload those sessions here soon. But if you can't wait, you can definitely check out the VODs on Twitch right now if you wanna. So we're going to have lots of Overwatch and progression improvement at that, more Paragon as we've been having on the channel as always, and a bit of mix of playthroughs from the sessions that we do on Twitch. I'm excited to try this new style and moving forward with this new focus here and on Twitch as well, but more than anything, I just really want to be more consistent with the type of videos I make so that new viewers know what they're getting into when they subscribe to the channel. I've never really been that channel that you would look for CSGO videos. Even when I was like doing loads of CSGO content, I wasn't really a CSGO YouTuber because I still did so much variety. So we'll see how this major focus goes and if I become like a Paragon/Overwatch channel. I don't know. Either way, I hope you all had a great Christmas and good luck in the new year. I appreciate all the support you've shown me, so let's do bigger and better. Thank you so much, have a great night guys, and I'll see you next time.